First up, we need to stop Windows from constantly recording your screen in the background without your explicit permission. We do this by opening Group Policy Editor and completely disabling Game DVR. Why do we do this? Even if you think it's turned off in standard settings, Windows often keeps the capture hooks active in the background. Disabling it via Group Policy frees up valuable CPU cycles and storage bandwidth, cutting down on random, unexplainable micro stutters. Next, we're killing a service called System Main, or SYS Main, formerly known as Superfetch. So, go into your Windows services, find System Main, it's spelled SYSMAIN, stop it, and set it to disabled. So, right click it, hit Properties, hit Stop, and then under Startup, put Disabled, Apply, and OK. And why are we doing this, you might add? System main sounds kind of important. System main is designed to preload apps it thinks you might use into your RAM. On a high performance machine, this is completely unnecessary. It causes erratic disk usage and forces your CPU to manage compressed memory in the background right when you need maximum raw performance for your game. Does that make any sense? Now, let's talk about a silent performance killer most people completely ignore, don't even think of: unneeded audio programs. Audio actually is very bad for computers. The latency for audio is horrible. It's not optimized. If you bought a pre-built or a high-end motherboard, it likely came bundled with software like Nahimic, Sonic Studio, or third-party spatial sound suites. Let me tell you right now, uninstall them. Keep your raw hardware drivers, but ditch the bloatware control panels. Completely get rid of it. SteelSeries GG, because I have a SteelSeries headset, it sounds amazing, but dealing with it and noticing that it actually decreases my performance in the game, I just got rid of it. I don't need it. And why do we do this, you might ask? These programs inject audio processing hooks into almost every executable that you launch. They run heavy background services that mess with your system's latency. If your audio driver is fighting your CPU for attention, your inputs will feel very delayed. Keep your audio stack as lightweight as possible. While you're cleaning house, purge the standard OS bloat. Go to your apps list and uninstall everything that you do not actively use. Example, Solitaire, Sound Recorder, Microsoft Teams, stuff like that. Every piece of telemetry, which is data that Microsoft uses as kind of like a, let me think. Microsoft basically makes money off of getting data from people. But anyways, while you're cleaning house, every piece of telemetry and startup bloat you remove means fewer interruptions for your CPU's main thread. Now let's fix your memory management by setting your paging file manually. It is most of the time okay to let Windows automatically determine your paging file, but I've found that doing it yourself is much better. Don't leave it on automatic. Definitely don't disable it. That's a bad idea. Set a custom size where the initial and maximum size match. Usually a 1.5 times your physical RAM. That's if you're on a lower spec PC. Why do we do this? When Windows manages this automatically, it constantly shrinks and expands the paging file on your drive as memory demands shift. That dynamic resizing causes massive frame drops. You can almost feel it. It's honestly groundbreaking that I learned this, honestly, just recently. When Windows manages it automatically, that dynamic resizing causes just insane problems. Locking the size forces Windows to allocate a static, unchanging block on your fastest NVMe drive, eliminating that overhead entirely. Next, flip the switch on Windows Game Mode. Turn it on. What have you been doing? Why do we do this? Game mode used to be broken. It actually used to be pretty crap. But today, it's practically essential. It tells the Windows scheduler to deprioritize background Windows updates and non-gaming tasks, ensuring your active window gets absolute priority over your hardware resources. Finally, reboot your system. Finally, restart your computer. Jump into your BIOS, either I think hitting the delete key or F12, depends on your motherboard. Go to your BIOS settings and don't be scared. You're not going to mess anything up. If I told you to do it, you'll be fine. Make sure resizable bar or rebar, R-E-B-A-R, is enabled. In some instances, you do want to disable this. But the reason why we do this traditionally is that the CPU can only talk to your GPU's VRAM in tiny chunks. Resizable bar or rebar completely shatters that barrier, allowing your processor to access the entire graphics memory buffer simultaneously, meaning better performance. It directly stabilizes your 1% lows and gives you a massive boost in modern asset-heavy titles like Battlefield 6 or Call of Duty. At the end of the day, top-tier performance is a math equation. Power plus cooling equals stability. You can have the fastest chip in the world, but if your cooling profile can't handle the wattage it draws, your system will throttle back its clock speeds to protect itself. By balancing your hardware's thermal limits and combining it with these deep operating system optimizations, disabling game DVR, killing system main, stripping out garbage audio bloat, and locking down your virtual memory, you stop fighting your own operating system. You get a clean, predictable, lightning fast machine. If you want a step-by-step walkthrough on how to configure any of these specific steps safely, let me know in the comments below. Drop a like, subscribe if this video helped, and stop chasing numbers. Start chasing stability. Thanks everybody for watching. This is IGL Systems. See you later.